The Xbox Ally X is $1,000. And two things immediately come to mind about this. Now, first of all, this is not priced to take market share at all. I know I'm stating the obvious, but I'm going to state it because you can get cheaper products, or I would argue better design ones. Like I think the Legion Go 2 or whatever it's called looks kind of more interesting to me because you could actually use something this expensive as a tablet. Like, hear me out. Once you get a handheld beyond $600, $700, I start to think of it as a laptop. Like I'm not getting, at least I'm not a billionaire, right? I'm not getting a handheld that costs as much as a premium laptop unless I can kind of use it as one. And like, for example, the Legion Go S2 or whatever is big enough where you kind of can just use it as a tablet. I think that's an interesting idea. I don't want to get it myself, but I think that's an interesting way to play with it. Or another maybe exception would be the GPD Win 5, which, yeah, I mean, what? It goes up to $1,700 or something. So it's not priced to take market share. It's priced to milk its fans. And I think what you see with the raising of prices of the Series X to $800, what is the Series S at? Isn't it like $450 or something? Like, it's very obvious that where Xbox is at now, they're done trying to take market share. Their job is to now milk 10 to 30 million people that still buy everything Xbox releases. And that's how you get a $1,000 console. So I think from now on, we should stop thinking about Xbox as this thing that's going to directly try to compete with Nintendo or Sony or really even Steam. And where we should look at it as is kind of the incubator for gaming features for Windows that milks 10 to 30 million fans that for some reason will never give up on a brand that, I don't know, just seems to kind of hate them at this point, their fans. I'm just being honest. So that's what Xbox is now. It is an incubator for Windows, which I think is good because I game on Windows. So if they release these devices that are beta testing, a new gaming OS on a handheld, which is much weaker than most desktops, and then once that works well, they take it from there and then let Lenovo use it and everyone else use it, and that makes Windows gaming better. I'm all for that as a PC gamer. That's kind of what I think the Xbox brand is now, playing around with other gaming things and then taking the things that work and scaling it up on Windows. Or whether it's a VR partnership with a Meta device, all of this is Xbox kind of just doing polling and beta testing on gaming features that they would use for other products in the future. That's what Xbox is. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing that comes to mind when I see a $1,000 Xbox Ally X is just 1 year ago. This isn't like 5 years ago. This isn't like from the Xbox One era, something Phil Spencer said in response to a PS4 or some expensive desktop. Like, this is Phil Spencer talking 1 year ago. He said, we're not going to grow the market with $1,000 consoles. A year ago, he was making fun of the PlayStation 5 Pro's price. And in just 12 months, or I guess 13, we've seen Xbox raise the Series X pricing above the PS5 Pro, which is a hilarious joke. Raise Series S pricing above really many PCs that you can get for less money that will perform better than a Series S. So the Game Pass argument doesn't really hold for the Series S anymore. You can get a cheaper PC that'll perform better and just get Game Pass on that. And Game Pass, isn't it cheaper on PC or something than it is if you want all of the Xbox features on a console? So you're going to save money that way as well. And then, just think about that. Making fun of a $1,000 console, which the PS5 Pro wasn't, then raising their own console to a higher price than the PS5 Pro, and literally launching a $1,000 handheld. What that tells me is two things. Either Phil Spencer is the biggest hypocrite and least trustworthy person on earth, or it could be both of these things, he's just not in charge of Xbox anymore. I don't know how else you read this. Phil Spencer saying a $1,000 console is basically a bad idea. A year later, a $1,000 console launches. That Phil Spencer's not in charge, right? That's probably what's going on here. Yeah, that's basically where I think we're at. Is Xbox is now about trying to stay in the black with the existing fans they have, which is clearly 10 to 30 million people that buy up most of what they make, and they're just done trying to expand that market share. And then they're going to use that group of fans to beta test features. Right now, the Xbox Ally X is beta testing a SteamOS competitor for Windows, which is great for PC gamers, but it's not going to do well, I don't think. And I don't think it's going to age that well compared to like the PlayStation handheld or the Steam Deck too. Speaking of the Steam Deck, the cheaper one, the Xbox Ally with only 8 RDNA 2 compute units in 2025, it's double the price of the Steam Deck, almost, right? Like the Steam Deck just had a price drop or promotion, at least, for a $320 Steam Deck LCD, and you want the Ally to be $600. I know it has a better screen, but I can tell you what, 8 RDNA 2 compute units are not going to be running any games at 1080p 120 in 2025. And to do that right after Steam Deck ran this promotion, it's a joke. Also, remember that SteamOS will be more efficient as well. So there's other decent handhelds for a similar price or less. The Steam Deck 2 is going to be a lot faster. The PlayStation handheld is going to be faster and cheaper. And I guess I just hope Sony doesn't take the bait, and Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo could raise prices on the Switch too. They don't take the bait. And just because one competitor is pricing things too high, they go, that means we have to price things too high. I hope Sony doesn't do the same thing, like follow their competition off a cliff. Like just because your competition is doing something doesn't mean you should adjust your products to a bad decision they're making. But anyways, that's my opinions on the Xbox Ally X, and I worry about what that means for future console pricing. This cut down yield was brought to you by ZipRecruiter. Finding great candidates can be like trying to find a console code name in an AMD database, or, like a needle in a haystack. You get too many resumes and not enough candidates with the right skills or experience. But not with ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter finds amazing candidates for you fast. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/work. And if you do check it out, you will find that ZipRecruiter's smart technology identifies top talent for your roles quickly. You see immediately after you post your job, and ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology starts showing you qualified people right away. Also, ZipRecruiter lets you connect with top candidates as soon as possible. You can use ZipRecruiter's pre-written invite to apply message to personally reach out to your favorite candidates and encourage them to apply sooner. So ditch the other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter find what you're looking for, that needle in the haystack or that Orion code name in an AMD database. Seriously though, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it out for free. And by doing so, support Moore's Law is Dead for free at the exclusive web address ZipRecruiter.com/work. Again, that is ZipRecruiter.com/work. ZipRecruiter, the smarter way to hire.